And we should be live. Perfect. How to pick profitable products for TikTok Shop drop shipping. So, in this live stream, in this course, we are going to be covering the following. So, I'm just going to share my screen here so I can show you. You should hopefully be seeing what I'm seeing here now as well. So, this is going to be broken down into 3 segments. So, we're going to look at picking profitable products. We are going to look at creating faceless AI generated TikTok shop video ads, UGC, whatever you want to call it. And we are also going to run through some successful case studies. So creators and shops that are absolutely crushing it right now in the TikTok shop space. This is for TikTok shop affiliates. If you're an individual looking to make some commission from TikTok shop, this is for TikTok shop owners as well, drop shipping entrepreneurs. If you are looking to understand how to go about picking successful, profitable products from TikTok shop in order to begin your dropshipping journey, at least from the TikTok shop perspective. I do also have to mention that this current live stream is sponsored by my new course, which is currently on pre-sale, how to make 3,000 a month using TikTok shop as a UGC creator. If you join now and you're one of the people that are in this beta group, you will get it at 50% off when we do launch eventually, which is no later than 30th of June. After we fill the 100 seats, which we are in the process of filling right now, it will go up to $199. And as you can see, these are all the modules that we're going to cover in the course: UGC success, mastering faceless content with AI, creating scroll stopping UGC, scaling to 3K months, a couple of bonuses there. In addition to that, you will have access to me directly as well via my community, so I can support you throughout your TikTok shop journey, whether you are an entrepreneur or an individual content creator. There will be a link in the description if you want to check that out. Any questions you have, let me know in the comments. Happy to help. Okay, so jumping into our course presentation here. So how do you go about picking profitable products as a TikTok shop affiliate, as a TikTok shop owner, or as just someone that's just curious looking around? Now, there's 3 different approaches that you can use. For example, just to show you here, there is the TikTok shop direct strategy. There is the search-based approach via tools like the Creator Search Insights or using the TikTok search bar. There is also using Ad Spy tools. We're going to cover all of these different methods, and I'm going to show you those directly. Now, before we jump into those, though, I do need to just mention the strategy element when it comes to TikTok shop. So when I talk about strategy, what I mean is, what are we looking at when we are trying to find the right products to promote? What do we need to think about? What are those key elements? What are those key points that we need that product to hit? Now, there probably could be, 100, 1,000, maybe a million. But for me, at least in my experience, having made money as a TikTok shop affiliate, which I've covered multiple times on my YouTube channel here, if you want to track my journey, feel free to check out that playlist, which will be linked in the description somewhere as well. But the key points that I've learned throughout studying hundreds of different case studies of success and looking at my own mistakes and my own journey as well, you want to look at commission, first of all. How much commission is that product paying? Now, this is directed more towards TikTok shop affiliates. Ideally, commission-wise, you want to be at around 30, 10%, 20%. In the double figures is ideal in order for you to be earning at least the right amount of commission and make it worthwhile for you. You want to also be looking at the price. How much does the product currently price at? And this is also for TikTok shops as well, not just affiliates. From a shop perspective, you want it to be worth your time, right? Because a product can sell a million different units, but if it is 99 cents or 50 cents, is it really going to be worth all the effort that you and your TikTok shop affiliates are going to be putting in promoting that product? You also want to try and find evergreen products as well. So what do we mean by evergreen products? So these are products ideally that are going to be selling regardless of what time of the year it is. So what we want to be careful of is you don't want to pick products that are just going out of season, or products that are for a particular holiday or a particular concert by an artist, which is going to end in a few days, in a few weeks, and then interest is going to go right down. Yes, it is good to jump on trends. Yes, it is good to jump on current hype. But if you're in this for the long term, okay, what products are there that are evergreen, that the interest is steadily going straight rather than going up and down and potentially just declining? Also, niche. Now, you want obviously to pick products that are in the right niche in terms of what you are currently niching into. You want to find products that are sitting well with you as well. Ideally, you don't want to find products that it's going to be hard for you to promote because you don't really agree with that product. You've not used that product yourself, and it really doesn't align with your values as a human being. Because at the end of the day, the people that you are going to be selling the product to are human beings as well. So just make sure that your products are ethical and so forth. TikTok Shop is pretty good at picking out these products and banning them, but equally you want to make sure that you do your due diligence as well. Sales volume is another key point that we want to keep in mind as well. So how well are these products selling? Are the numbers high, low, mid? Are they steady over time? Because that shows you how interested people are in these products. Another key one as well is ad performance. And quite simply, all that means is the videos that are being created to promote that product, how are they doing? Are people watching these videos? And that kind of goes with sales performance as well. The sales performance is tied into those videos that creators are creating, TikTok Shop affiliates are creating, promoting your products. And ideally, if your product is getting low views from those video ads, then obviously people aren't interested in it. Equally, if the views are high, then it shows a good bit of interest and perhaps a product that you might want to look into. So let's jump straight into using the TikTok Shop direct method here. So I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see my screen on my mobile here. I will share this screen once I edit this live stream later on into an on-demand video, but you should be seeing TikTok Shop here, which you can access through the app. I'm just going to make sure that I'm recording first of all, so I can share this later on. Brilliant. So we are recording. So the first method, using TikTok Shop directly to pick products, not one that I recommend, to be honest, but if you are wanting to take a look anyway, once you jump into the TikTok Shop product marketplace, you simply just access it through the app from your profile once you have qualified for TikTok Shop. I will leave a link in the description, by the way, for TikTok Shop accounts that are being sold that already qualify for TikTok Shop, that already have the right amount of followers, real followers that you need to meet to hit as a minimum requirement as well. Just speed up that process for you. I appreciate a lot of the people that are watching this video, one, may not know how to grow an account, or two, don't have the time to grow an account. So a link will be in the description where you can grab an account that really qualifies. So you've got access now to the marketplace. As you can see here, you've got different categories: books, office, non-fiction, children's, beauty, which is a huge one on TikTok, sun care and tanning, TV and audio, education devices, self-help, and so forth. And so below that, you've got April deals. At the time of recording this course, it is April. So every month, TikTok updates this to let you know what's currently trending and doing well within TikTok. But also, the reason why I'm a bit skeptical with using this TikTok Shop method is you don't really know what the agenda of TikTok is, really. You don't really know why they're pushing that particular product. Yes, it may be down to demand, but it may be also because they're trying to just give it a lift up. It may, which isn't really going to be a good look for you, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make money when you start promoting that product. There's not really enough rationale, not really enough data in there for you to say, actually, yeah, this looks like it's going to do well for me. And below that, you've got bestsellers, again, names on the tin, what products are currently bestsellers, and you've got featured brands just below that. Really good area there for you to study as a shop, as someone who's just starting to sell your dropship products on TikTok Shop. You've got those case studies that you can look at there and see what they're doing, what they're selling, and kind of see if there's any nuggets of information that you can learn from those particular TikTok shops there. Recommended for you, that's more of their algorithm, their for you algorithm, if you will, from within the TikTok product marketplace that will be unique to your account. So everyone might be seeing different here. And you can also see these little red numbers below each product there. That's the commission that you earn as a TikTok Shop affiliate per unit once you start promoting that product. Overall, again, it's not really a strategy that I would recommend going with. It's definitely worth having a look and getting an idea of how these products are performing at a high level within TikTok Shop, and getting an idea of who's doing what shops are selling well, what's currently in demand and what's in trend, etc. But for me, it just doesn't show you enough rationale and enough information to justify you promoting that product. Now, another method that you can use in order to research, which is kind of approach number 2, I would say, is using the search-based approach, which is essentially going into the TikTok Creator Search Insights or the TikTok TikTok search bar to understand what people are searching for currently on TikTok. What questions are people asking about particular products? This works really well, especially if you've got a particular product in mind. So let me just show you what I mean exactly here. I am going to go back onto my screen recording here. Now, if we go out of, okay, let me just go into search bar. I'm just going to lower the volume here because I don't want this to talk. There we go. So if we go and search for a product using the TikTok search bar, say wireless power bank. There we go. So just by typing in that search term, you can see what people are searching for. So if I type in wireless power bank, I can see there that people have searched for iPhone, wireless power bank Samsung, wireless power bank 20,000 milliamps, wireless power bank for iPhone, and so forth. So this is what people are looking for. Yes, there will most likely be videos that have been created to meet that demand, but this gives you an idea of what are people asking, what are people searching for around the product that I've more or less got an inkling that I would like to start promoting, or the product category that I'd like to go into. Let's say, for example, I go into herbal tea, just randomly. Okay, there we go. So herbal tea pot, people are searching for that. Herbal tea for men, herbal tea benefits, herbal tea weight, herbal tea recipes, and so forth. I could go into, night lamp. That's a bit broad, but there we go. Night lamp bedroom for kids, for newborns, for babies, projector, and we've got charger. So this just gives you an idea at a very high level of what people are searching for. And of course, you can take this a step further, click on the search term, maybe double down a bit more on that particular search term, put that back in. And, as you can see, the more you select, the more TikTok is going to show you what people are searching for. They're going to complete those search terms for you until you get to a point where you cannot add any more words to that search term. If I select that search term, you get an idea of what videos are currently performing well here. You can also filter down if you click the 3 dots on the top right-hand corner of the search bar there, and you click on filter, and you can filter by like count, the most liked videos, the most relevant to your search, the date that they were posted. So if we go like count and say, leave video category as it is, date posted past 24 hours, let's say this week, just so we can try and get recent videos. And if we apply that, we'll get an idea of what's performing well currently related to that search term. So from an SEO perspective and understanding what people are looking for, really, a pretty decent approach there. Another one is using the Creator Search Insights tool, which I've got on the screen here. I'm just going to select that tool. And if I go in there, and again, I can either go into trending, where TikTok is going to let me know what people are searching for. I can just look for if there's any particular products on there that have come up by default. This updates all the time, so that's really good. Or alternatively, I can just go into the different categories that TikTok has already put on there for me. Fashion, what's trending right now? Straight away, I can see beetroot bath. So if I was in the bath niche, I would consider that. I can see, watermelon braids, bodysuit without guard, and all sorts of thing. I don't know what some of these mean, but the people that are within that space will understand them, and so forth. Food, crumble cookie, SEO, whatever, tourism, gaming, and I can find out from there what the demand is for those particular products. I could also look at Content Gap. Actually, no, before we look at Content Gap, I could search for specific products. So again, if I search for wireless mobile charger, and then if I type in 20, actually, I'm going to type in 10 because that's the one that I've got. It's going to allow me to see here what people are searching for related to a wireless magnetic charger. So some good indications there. I've got wireless magnetic charger. It's also got that red percentage next to it, which means that it is trending recently and the trend is going upwards, and the people are searching for it, and people are interested in it, and they're interested in it right now. That's always good. So I could favorite that just by clicking the bookmark icon next to it, and so forth. So that's another way to kind of get an idea of what people are searching for from an SEO perspective. Again, I don't really recommend this approach as such because it's too high level for me. What I would recommend rather is using, you could use this in conjunction with what I'm about to show you, which is approach number 3. Now, approach number 3 is using spy tools that will give you a lot more data in terms of how products are performing currently on TikTok Shop. And I'm going to show you an example of what I mean here in just a second. So if we go into Shop Plus, which is one of the tools I like to use here, you can achieve exactly the same thing with Kalo Data, with Fastmoss, all of these tools I will have linked in the description, but I like to cycle through different tools just to get an idea of, how products are performing and whether they're showing the same product, just to be a bit cheeky. But I'm going to use Shop Plus for this particular example. So let us go back. And there we go. So for this approach, we are going to go into, on the home page, we're going to go into products. If you look on the top left-hand side there, and we're going to go into top sales. And this tells us what are the most selling products or the best selling products in 2025 in the United States. You can filter down by any of these countries here. All categories, you can filter down by any category that applies to what you're interested in. I've left the advanced filtering tab blank. I don't tend to use that. And then I've gone on and selected monthly in terms of timeline. So what products are selling well this month? You can filter down by weekly, daily, but I like monthly because it gives you a really good picture of how that product has been performing over time. Because remember what we mentioned earlier, we want evergreen products. So that graph trend, which I'm about to show you, ideally, we want it to be going up or we want it to be straight. Ones that are going down don't tend to be a really good signal in terms of interest. They just show that interest is waning within that particular product. These are the graphs that I'm talking about, the sales trend here. Okay, so what are we looking at? We are looking at some products here that are being ranked. So the most sold in the last month, that's ranking number 1, 2, 3, and so forth. and you can go ahead and just eat your heart out. Just look at all the different products here and see what aligns and what works out best for you. Already seeing some positive indications here. We can see the graph for this one is going upwards, so interest is pretty decent. However, we can see that the product price is only $3.41. Remember what we mentioned there when we spoke about strategy. Price, we don't want it to be too low. We want it to be worth our time, whether we are a shop ourselves or whether we are an affiliate. So from a price perspective, that doesn't really look that attractive to me. We've also got this one here, which is $29.99. So price, it looks good. Commission looks pretty decent as well. So from a TikTok shop affiliate perspective, you're going to get a pretty decent commission. And again, going back to the price, $29.99 means that for every unit that you sell as an affiliate, you're going to get a pretty decent work. It is going to be somewhat worth your time, as opposed to something that's $3.41 and you only get 10% of that, which is going to be really, really low. Sales, it sold a pretty decent amount of units over the last month. And this is relevant videos as well. So we can see under relevant videos, which is also really, really important because it shows us whether affiliates are promoting this product. So are people creating videos and linking that product so people can start buying organically from their videos? There's quite a few people that are doing that. So either the shop has sent out quite a few samples for people to start promoting the product, or people are just choosing the product naturally themselves. I'm just going into the product marketplace, which I showed you just a second ago, and selecting the product and promoting it because I can see that it's offering a ton of commission at 20%. So things that you want to, again, think about as a TikTok shop owner as well. Are you offering enough commission to entice creators to start promoting your product? If you're not getting any sales, if no one is making videos about your product, are you enticing them with a high enough commission, especially at the beginning of your journey? Because if me as an affiliate, I see your product and I see that your commission is like 5%, that's not really going to be too attractive. Yes, later on down the journey, when you've got a lot more social proof, a lot more reviews, and a lot more sales units, then maybe you can lower your commission because you don't need people to be buying your product then as much. Whereas initially you need, to get that ball rolling and get those initial sales in, offering a high commission to creators to start promoting the product and so forth. And again, from a price perspective, as a shop owner, you can see an example of what kind of price point works best for that product. As one of the biggest questions that you may have is, how do I price this product? Okay, I can see how much the suppliers are charging for it, but how can I get a profit margin that's enough for me to make a decent living? In addition to that, what is the balance of finding the right price in terms of getting people to buy the product as well? Because one of the first things that the end customer is going to be thinking about is, how much is that product? Can I afford that product? Is it worth me paying what I'm paying? So this really just gives you that information in a well organized manner right here. Okay, so going back onto Shop Plus here. So what I like more compared to what I've just shown you on the mobile on TikTok Shop product marketplace is, as you can see, you've got a lot more data points that you can work with here as well. But I'm just going to go into this product here. I'm just going to select it and you see what I'm talking about. So we are now on what's called the product detail page. Again, you will see something like this on Kalo Data or Fastmost, whatever tool of choice you prefer to use. And what we can see here, apart from all this other information, is where this product is getting delivered. So generally, TikTok Shop is ring fenced to the area that you are in. So if you're in the United States, it'll only be products that are being sold around the United States. If you're in the UK, where I am, that'll be the case as well, etc. So we can see here product rating, which is also very important when it comes to selecting the right product. How are end customers rating this product at the moment? It's on an average of 4.3 out of 5, which is pretty decent in my opinion, considering how many units they've sold, because they've sold 345,800 units. So out of all those people that bought the product, this is the average, which is pretty damn decent. And you can also see that they're offering free shipping as well. So you might want to ask yourself that question as someone that's considering drop shipping and selling this product. As an entrepreneur, should I offer free shipping? Because we can see that a shop that's doing really, really well is currently offering free shipping. Just getting a swig of my peppermint tea there before it gets too cold. Now, if I scroll down, we can also see here, what I really, really like is how the product has been performing over the last 7 days with this graph. This is broken down by sales and revenue. Now, we can filter this down by the past 30 days as well. Tells a bit of a different story. Yes, there was a lot of interest around the 29th of March. It started to go down a little bit, but there is still some steady interest there. It's not just gone boom and completely vanished. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be a really flat line for it to be an evergreen product, meaning a product that you can sell pretty much any time of the year. Sometimes it will be a graph line that goes up and down like this. But for me, if people have been interested continuously over the last 30 days, like they are with this particular product, then, it might be one that's worth looking into. Again, it's not a product that is just completely gone boom, dead after 7 days or after 1 day. So it's not just like a trend. That is a one-off. So really worth considering. And the numbers are pretty decent on this one. We can see that on the low end, in terms of revenue, it is around 100K, maybe 80, 70K. On the high end, we are around 270K and so forth. So, pretty decent numbers if you are just starting out or considering pivoting and promoting different products. Now, what we can also see here is relevant videos. Now, what this is the creators that are promoting the product and how they're doing, what videos they're making, what they're saying in the videos that they're making, and so forth. The actual accounts on TikTok, as well as the amount of followers that these people have got. Now, 2 reasons why this is really important for you to pay attention to at the beginning. One is you can see what creators you can start approaching to potentially promote this product for you. Because if they can promote it for this shop right here, they can promote it for you as well if it's exactly the same product. And you might be getting it from this, chances are you're getting it from the very same supplier as well. So the same product, the same quality. You could go in there as a shop and say, hey, I'm going to offer you a 50% commission to start with if you start promoting this product for me. They've already got a track record. They've already got an audience that is interested in this product. TikTok Shop has already got a good history in their books about this creator promoting this product. So chances are they are going to get you those initial sales in as a shop. As a TikTok Shop affiliate, you get an opportunity to spy on videos that are potentially going to be your inspiration. You can see what these people are saying in the videos. You can hear, the little nuances, the scripts. You can download the videos, you can download the scripts, which again, you can't do on TikTok directly, but you can do here on Shop Plus, on Kalo Data, and on Fastmost as well. So it really just provides a bit of a North Star for you to aim towards. But also, I think from an inspiration perspective, you can see how much money is potentially going to be in there for you should you start promoting this product. Like, for example, we can see here that this creator, she's not even that big of a creator, how much money she's made. You can see on how much revenue she's brought in. And remember, this is a 20% commission product. So they get 20% of this amount right here, the revenue, which is just absolutely nuts. More proof that you don't have to be a huge creator to make a ton of money on TikTok Shop, as well as from a shop perspective as well. You can see the revenue. So it shows the opportunity that is there in terms of revenue, which, should really give you an idea of, whether you want to go ahead and invest and start in that product. But I'm going to circle back into success stories towards the end here. What I'm interested in doing right now is jumping straight into the next segment, which is creating a faceless AI generated TikTok video. So we've selected products. We know what we are going to be selling. We know what we are going to be spending our time on. We know what creators could potentially promote the product for us as a TikTok shop. We know what we could potentially be charging, what niche we're in. We've got all of that noted down. Now that we've got that information, that's all going to be useless if we haven't got a strategy in terms of what videos we are going to be creating to promote that product. Now, you could either, as a shop, leave that completely to TikTok shop affiliates to create the videos on your behalf and not create any videos yourself. But chances are, if you're starting out, you might not have that capital to offer TikTok shop affiliates, or you might not have, the ability to send out products for free, because at the end of the day, every product that you send out kind of costs you in a way as the shop owner. So you might want to get your feet wet and create UGC videos yourself. Now, if you don't want to do that, showing your face, and you want to do it using AI, and you want to use it, going faceless, this is the perfect video for you, because that's exactly what I'm going to be covering: creating a faceless AI-generated TikTok shop video and creating it in the quickest, easiest possible way as well. But before we do that, please make sure to like this video. Please do also subscribe if this is content that you are currently into. And once again, just as a brief reminder, be sure to check out my course, which is currently on pre-sale at the moment, due to launch on the 30th of June, how to make $3,000 a month using TikTok shop as a UGC creator. It's currently in beta phase. I'm currently pre-selling it at 50% off for the first 100 people only. After that, it's going to go up to $199. And we're going to launch all these modules on the 30th of June or before, if we fill the seats up quickly. These are the topics that we're going to be covering. In addition to all these modules that you will get here, you will have access directly to me as well via my private community, where we can interact directly. I don't have a team as it stands, so it is genuinely going to be me that you would be interacting with, so I can help you as best as I can at that point in time. And this is, of course, the sponsor of, or this live stream rather, is brought to you by that course. So let's jump into how to go about creating that AI faceless video. So again, just as sort of an intro, what we're going to be doing is we are going to go into ChatGPT and create a prompt that we will. I will include the prompts in the description, by the way, in a Google Doc that will be linked in the description, so you can go ahead and copy those if you are going on this journey with me. If you are, once we've gone on to ChatGPT then, and we've got now a script, we are going to move on to an AI tool that will create the video for us. In fact, there's 2 different AI tools, all of which, again, will be linked in the Google Doc in the description. And then once that's done, we're going to jump into looking at more success case studies while the videos are rendering in the background. And then we're going to go back and look at what those videos have come out sounding and looking like. Now, the case studies we're going to be covering afterwards, there's one that generated 1.1 million in revenue. Next one, 686,000 in revenue. 500,000 in revenue, 500,000 in revenue, and 400,000 in revenue. Just to, again, give you an idea of where you could be. No, there's no promises. I'm not promising that you are going to make that amount in revenue immediately or anything like that. That, of course, depends on you and how seriously you take this, and whether you're someone that takes action or not. But I'm just going to show you the potential when it comes to drop shipping with TikTok Shop. Be sure to drop a like if that sounds good, and any questions that you have got, anything that you're struggling with, be sure to let me know in the comments as well. So let us hop in. So if I go back onto my screen share, so what I've done here, I'm going to go on top of my ChatGPT here. Now, what I've done is I have created this prompt right here. So I've asked ChatGPT to kind of help me help it create a script for me in a way. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but basically I've said, please create a prompt that will help me create some sales copy based on this product. I want the copy to be simple, natural, and conversational. no jargon, and sound as if an old friend is having a one-to-one conversation with the viewer. Here are the product details. Now, the product that I'm using as an example here, just for the purpose of this course, this presentation, is this 10,000 milliamp mobile wireless charger. That's the product that we are going to be promoting. So I've gotten the specs for the product from Amazon, as you can see here. So I've basically just searched for it on there. You can also get exactly the same information from TikTok Shop as well. Copy the description of the product, or you can ask ChatGPT to find the description of the product as well if it's a very popular, widely available product. And I've copied that and I've pasted that here. Now, what ChatGPT has then done is just confirmed that they understand what I'm asking them to do. And they've gone ahead and created a prompt for me. So this is the prompt. Write friendly, casual sales copy for a magnetic wireless power bank for iPhones. The tone should feel like an old friend, warmly recommending it in a one-to-one conversation. So this is now ChatGPT kind of talking to itself. This is them really flashing out what I'm asking them to do here. As you can see, mine is only just a tiny bit of information, but ChatGPT has now really made that more richer, and they've kind of flashed out all the key points that are going to help it write a really good sales copy script for me there. And then as a result, a bit further down, if we scroll here, this is the actual script now that we are going to be using. So you know that feeling when your phone's on 3% and you're nowhere near a charger? Yeah, been there way too many times. That's why I had to tell you about this little lifesaver that I've been using. Pretty decent script as well that they've come up with on the first attempt. It may be that you need to try this a couple of times before you get the script that you're looking for. But yeah, ChatGPT has really outdone themselves here, I would say. Now, I've got that ready. I'm just going to leave it as it is at the moment. But what I am going to now do is go back and bring up the first AI tool that we are going to be using. So I thought I had the link for it here. I don't, never mind. We're going to go onto the website. So the tool is called Arcads.ai here. And this allows you, as you can see, to create winning ads with AI actors. That's kind of one of the key points. You can generate, hundreds of winning videos. All they need in order to generate the video from you is just the text, the script, and they generate it. And it genuinely looks so good, as you're about to see in a minute. It looks like an actual human being that is talking on there, whereas it's actually an AI presenter. And yeah, you can see that once you go onto their website. They will be linked in the description as well in the Google Doc that we'll have on there. Now, I'm just going to log in here. So let me just quickly switch while I do that. And then from there, we should be able to get started. Perfect. So if I go back onto my screen share, there we are. So just going to walk you through what to expect once you go into Arc Ads. Again, you don't have time. You don't want to show your face. You're willing to give Arc Ads a try, and you basically just want to get as much UGC content out there as quickly as possible. This is definitely a tool you're going to want to give a go. Now, I'm going to go back into ChatGPT. I'm going to copy this script right here. It's kind of long, but for the purposes of this course, I don't want to make it, I don't want to mess around with it too much. I'm just going to copy it as it is. I wonder how you have a look. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm just going to paste that in here. It's right in my pockets. Right. Okay, so it's truncated some of this here. Let me just check and make sure that I did copy. Yes, I did copy it. So let me see where. Okay, so it's truncated it here. So so yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to do is, just for the purposes of showcasing what this is going to come out like, I'm going to remove some of the text here. Safe while it's charging, and fits right in my pocket. Right. Okay, I'm just going to remove that. Small enough. Right. Okay. Remove the, yeah, okay, right in my pocket. Perfect. Right now, this is where things are going to get interesting. We got the script. I'm going to click on add one actor, And this is where you can now see your AI actors. So these are the people that are going to be talking in the video as you. Now, these are just crazy realistic, at least in my humble opinion. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. See what I mean? And these people as well are like, you know, in different situations. They're not like all standing in the same room, you know, wearing the same thing. These are people in different settings, different situations, different races, you know, different skin tones, different environments. And Archads really allows you to flush out that in terms of trying to fit it as closely as possible to what you're trying to promote. So for me, I'm just going to go to the left here and filter down by these different parameters here. So do I want a male or female actor? Generally, females tend to come across better, I've found, on TikTok Shop. So I'm just going to filter down to just females. I'm going to leave the age because it doesn't really matter. I can already see, you know, the actors that I'm going to be selecting based on these results here. There's quite a few, in fact. So yeah, okay. What I'm also going to do is just show you what you can see here. Order, I'm going to leave that. Situation, you can put these people in different situations. Now, if you filter down by situation, it's not going to take one of these and put them in that situation. It's going to pre-select, it's going to select actors that are already in that situation. So it's going to filter them down even more. So if I select beach, for example, see, now there's only 5 left. If I select, unselect that and select airport, now there's only 2. You see what I mean? I'm going to leave that because I want them to stay in the situations that they're already in. I can also select them based on accessories, bags, bathrobe, book, and so forth. I'm going to leave that again. In fact, actually, should I select one with a mobile phone? No, we'll leave that as is. But if you wanted to, you could select based on different situations. Another key thing I wanted to point out as well is once you have selected your AI actors, you can now put them in your, once you kind of, you know, create the video from there, the journey doesn't end here. You can drop that into, for example, your CapCut or whatever video editor you use. You can then add a green screen background, which actually showcases your product as well, and just make the video more compliant with TikTok's community or TikTok's guidelines. Because for UGC TikTok Shop videos, you need to have the product in the video in one form or another. So you want it to be in there. Now, you can't add this specific product for that person to have as the actor, but you can put it somewhere within the video. So I'm just going to select one of these AI actors here. So just going to choose a random one, really. This one looks like she's got a phone, so I'm just going to select this one here. Do I want 2 selected? I shouldn't have 2 selected. Right, I'm just going to select Victoria. There we go. I'm going to remove the guy. So now that I've selected the AI talking actor, they've been added on here. Now, one of the things that I like about Archads is you can preview what the voice is going to sound like before rendering the video. So if I select here, it's going to think for a little bit while it analyzes the text and reads it. And from there, I'm going to get an idea of what the audio is going to come out as. I've got these additional parameters that I can edit here as well. Beautiful. Now you can't see the actual actions because obviously the video has not been rendered yet, but once it's been rendered, you're going to see the actions. You're going to see, you know, the face moving and so forth, and the mouth and lips, making it as realistic as possible. I don't tend to mess around too much with these, but if you want to get your fingers stuck in, you can obviously mess around with those as well. But for now, I'm just going to render the video in the background. And once it's completed, will be able to get an idea. It takes a few minutes. I'm now going to also show you yet another tool, which you can also use for a similar result. If you want to create faceless AI generated UGC videos. Again, if you are finding value from this presentation, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. Now, the other tool that I am talking about here is called InVideo AI. I'm just going to log in here. And basically the slogan is you can turn any content or idea into a video instantly. I don't know about that, but relatively quickly, yes. So logging in here, and we are now logged in. Just going to share my screen again. Boom. We are now in video. Also will be linked in the Google Doc in the description. Now, going back to ChatGPT, what I've also done is I've now taken that same instruction, but I've tried what I can to make it more customized towards in video. So I've said to ChatGPT, please write a prompt for the InVideo AI tool to create a video around 1 minute long following these instructions. So you can already see I've made some little changes there to customize it for InVideo. I've said write friendly casual sales copy. Right. Okay. So I've only added these 2 lines to that initial prompt, and the rest of this is this initial prompt here. And this is what ChatGPT has come out with. So this is specifically for InVideo. Right. Okay. So it's talking to itself here. Key points to naturally include. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is now copy this. Okay. And with warm, timely pasting conversation. Yeah. Okay. And now I'm going to create the actual script that we're going to use in InVideo. So I'm just going to let ChatGPT go to work there. Jump back into ArcAds, still rendering. That's fine. Back into ChatGPT here, and boom, there we go. Okay. That's fine. Now, I don't want these bits here, and scene, friendly smile, all that. No. So what I want is this bit here. Perfect. Just make sure I've not got anything that's going to confuse InVideo here. If I get this, it's hold so much power. I can go a couple of days without even thinking about it. Beautiful. Okay, so back to InVideo. I'm just going to copy and paste that script here. In fact, let me just check. Yeah, so I'm going to go use my script in InVideo, because InVideo does tend to, get a little bit overexcited and start adding its own little changes and little twists to your idea. So you want to be specific about your script, 1, which we've just done, and 2, you want to select that option as you create the video with InVideo. There is a free trial, I believe, as well, if you want to test it out as a starting point. So I've pasted the script here, and then I can further instruct InVideo to only use stock media, generated images. Generated images, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to say generated images, and I'm going to go, yes, I do want some background music. The music, I want it to be relaxed, lo-fi, instrumental. I'm going to say dark. I'm going to say piano. Okay, and in terms of the language, yeah, English is fine. Do I want subtitles to be on the screen? I'm going to say no, because once I upload the video into TikTok, it does a pretty decent job of allowing you to add subtitles within TikTok anyway. So I'm going to leave that out. In terms of the voice actors here, language should be English. We'll go with male, because we've gone with female on the other example. So we'll vary it here. Yeah, okay, American voice, and we're going to say, it's just the narrator that's going to be speaking. Music preference. So if I go on to here, YouTube Studio. Yeah, we'll go with YouTube Studio Library because all of that is copyright-free music. Generative style. No, I'm not going to select that because, again, this is just to show you an idea of what you're going to get with the free trial. I'm going to go continue. And yeah, let's generate the video. So InVideo is now analyzing the script that I've given it. It's now going to come up with just a few more instructions to refine the result a little bit more before it starts rendering the video. Arcades, yeah, that's still generating. So we're going to leave that as it is there. Now, while these two are generating, we're going to jump into the next segment of our presentation here, which is going to be some success case studies. I am going to hop back into InVideo and into Arcades as well, just to show you what the result of those finished videos is going to look like. Again, be sure to drop a big thumbs up if you are finding value from this video, and let me know in the comments if you have got any questions around creating UGC content while drop shipping on TikTok Shop, even on Shopify, or if you are a TikTok content creator, TikTok Shop affiliate, and you've got some key issues you're struggling with, you would like some help around. Now, in terms of success case studies, I am going to go with the first one here. In fact, I'm going to go with the product that we selected first, which is this product right here. So I'm going to just reshare my screen there. So going back into Shop Plus, the product that I've selected to show you these case studies is this calming drink mix. And the case studies that I'm talking about are listed down here, but I'm going to show you them one by one. Now, I've selected this product based on the key points that I discussed earlier, which we mentioned, which are, of course, price, commission, evergreen, the niche, sales, volume, and ad performance. So keeping that in mind. And if I go ahead and select case study number one, this is a product that generated 1.1 million in revenue. And this was uploaded. The video was uploaded on the 29th of October, 2024 on TikTok. As you can see there, 1.1 million in revenue. It's this product right here, by the way, this calming drink that they're promoting. Now, cool thing about TikTok, about Shop Plus and other similar platforms, which again, TikTok will not allow you to do, is you can download the actual UGC video that the creator used to promote the product. You can also export the script. So you can use that as inspiration if you are using that UGC video yourself. For example, for me, I used ChatGPT to come up with the script, but an alternative could have been me exporting the script and using that to then allow ChatGPT to build a script based on that, because we know that what this person is saying here does work, because she generated just over $1 million in revenue since that initial video. Now, what's worth keeping in mind as well is from a creator perspective, if you're looking to earn money as a TikTok Shop affiliate, this product offers 35% commission, right? Which means that this person would have made 35% of that as take-home commission. This is the TikTok Shop affiliate. This is the person who created the video to promote the product. Now, from a shop perspective, what you'll notice here is this little red ad sticker on the top left-hand corner of the video. What this means is the shop used this video as an ad. So what would have most likely happened is they would have seen the video organically doing well, and they would have contacted the creator, asked for the ad code, and started pushing it even further using TikTok ads, which allowed it to snowball. You've now got the algorithm on your side. You've also got the ad spend that you've got. Hence why, we got to the point that we did. So in terms of strategy, you really want to think about that as well. Have you got any capital that you can use to spend on ads, on videos that are already organically doing well on TikTok Shop? So that benefits not just the shop, but the creator as well, obviously, because they still get to keep the commission that they've made from there. Now, in terms of the next success example, just resharing my screen here. But yeah, really, really good example here. And, a lot you can learn. You can see how long the video was as well. All this sort of stuff, just giving you an idea of, what you can do and how you can match as closely as possible to success when you're creating your UGC video. Just jump back into, okay, so in video is asking me to refine my video just a bit more there. So audiences, I'm going to leave that as iPhone users. Look and feel, okay, we'll go minimalist, Zen platform. It doesn't have TikTok as an option here, so we'll go YouTube Shorts. So the video comes out in 9:16 format, so you can upload it on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. So great. So it's now creating the video. So we'll go back to the success case studies here. So that's case study number 1. It really just goes to show you the potential of what you can achieve while drop shipping on TikTok Shop. Sales volume 44,000 views. That's how many views she's got. Not even 1 million views, but she's made more than $1 million in revenue. That's the conversion rate, and that's of course how much she's making on average per video. This ties back again into the pricing. You know, the sort of higher the price, the more revenue you can make, even if you don't get that many views in the bigger scheme of things. Case study number 2. Let me just close this one down. So this one is a creator that generated 686,000 in revenue. So same product again, this calming drink mix. So you can see here they've only got 9.5 followers on TikTok, 163 videos. And by the way, if you click on this little link icon here, this takes you directly on TikTok. Let me just pause the video, and yeah, this shows you the actual video as well. So you can see this is actually real information. This is just not outdated information. And you can see here, this is them creating this UGC video. So I'm going to go off that. So average revenue per video, $38. They sold 17,000 units of this product. That's how many views they received in the video. Lower conversion than the last video. This might perhaps speak to the quality of the UGC video, but still, you know, even with that low conversion, they managed to bring in 686,000 in revenue. He will get, based on how much commission it offers, 35% off that. And this video was only uploaded, by the way, on the 17th of March 2025. So it was uploaded just barely over a month ago. Okay. And they've already made that much in commission and in revenue, which is just absolutely crazy. So if we go to case study number 3 here, I will link these case studies as well in the description, by the way. So she generated 628,000 in revenue promoting this same calming tea. 2.9 million views, so quite interesting. More views on this one. 15,000 units she moved, and average revenue per product per video, sorry, is $39. Conversion rate is less than 1%, so not great. Again, that might speak to the quality of the UGC video itself, but still, you know, generating that much and the creator making 35%, 35%? Yeah, 35% of that is pretty decent. Just to give you an idea, I'm just going to bring up my calculator here and let's work out how much 35% of that is. So we've got 628,810. And if we multiply that by 35%, so $220,083 is how much she would have taken home as an affiliate. And of course, the rest is for the shop. Even after your expenses as a shop, if I'm being honest, you know, that's a pretty decent take home. And what you'll notice as well is for this particular video, and I think the last one I showed you, there is no ad sticker, meaning all of this is from organic TikTok traffic. They didn't have to spend any money on ads, which is absolutely nuts. Now, if you were drop shipping somewhere else, like on Shopify, for example, if you want to get results that are anywhere near this, you would need to spend a pretty decent amount of money on ads to even stand a chance of making as much profit or even getting people to see your product. Because remember, if you're only drop shipping on Shopify and nowhere else, Shopify is not like TikTok in the sense that it's not already connected to an audience, whereas TikTok has got a huge sea of audience that already flock to the platform for other reasons, to get entertained and so forth. So not only are you managing your dropshipping store within TikTok, but immediately you can plug into that audience by using a UGC content creator as a middleman, and without necessarily having to spend a ton of money. For example, in this case, as a shop, you may only have had to send this creator that product for free, and that would have been your cost. And from that cost, you've got a pretty significant return. Not saying that there isn't any other overheads there, but still, you've got a pretty significant return for that, and using organic traffic as well. So let's hop back into the screen share there. Let's see how InVideo is doing. It's saying to upgrade. So we're not going to be able to see that one, but it looks like Arc Ads is ready and it's done. So let's see what that result sounds like. Amazing. There we go. This is what I mean. And you just download the video from there, or you can remix it if you're not too happy with the result, and it'll bring up it'll render a different result for you there. So let me just go back to InVideo here. Just gonna go ahead and try that again. I just want to test quick theory here. Right. Okay, let me just, well, not a theory. Copy and paste that script. There we go. And paste that back onto InVideo. Use my script. And I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Lo-fi instrumental. Just want to try something here. Gonna go language. Yes, English. Male. Voice, no subtitles. Okay, we're going to leave that as it is and continue. And we're going to go ahead and generate and see what happens this time. But this time, I'm not going to select generated videos or generated images. I'm just going to choose to use stock only and just see if that creates the video. But yeah, hopping back into Arc Ads, I mean, that's how simple you can end up with a user-generated video. If you were a bit hesitant or a bit unsure about reaching out to creators to promote your products as a shop at the beginning, why not utilize a tool like this? So going back into those success case studies there. So we've got the 628K one. I'm just going to close that one down. So we have got this one here. Okay, it's 539. There we go. So another one here, same product, this calming drink mix. And as you can see, 539,000 in revenue generated. This was uploaded as a video on the 11th of October 2024 on TikTok. And it is only 33 seconds long. Not a massive creator. You can see how many units were sold there, how many views they got. Again, pretty low conversion on there, but still, you know, pretty decent amount of money that was generated there. They would have received, as the creator, 35% of that. You can see now that similar strategy I mentioned about shops using ads to push the content even further. You can also see here a little sticker on the top right hand corner, which has got ad on it, which means that at some point the shop would have seen that the product was doing well. The video was doing well organically. They would have reached out to the creator. They would have received, asked for an ad code, taken that ad code and pushed the video as an ad to drive it even more. Hence why we've got revenue like this. Hopefully now we've got an idea as a shop in terms of, you know, strategies that you can use to push products even further. Yes. Going back into InVideo here. Okay. Stock media. Yeah, I'm going to go with stock. Okay. And let's see what happens here, if it's going to come up with the same message that it did before. Now, this is the 539K example, and another case study here. 421,000 generated in revenue from that same calming tea 48-second video. This one was uploaded in August last year, and we can see here the video. Again, same thing. You know, you can use that as a case study, copy exactly what works. You know, low conversion rate on this one. 13.6 million views on the video, but again, we don't care about the views. We care about how many people converted, and this is how many people converted. And again, this is a video that just went stupidly viral. There was no ad push on it, so they did really well there. Potentially a creator you could reach out to push the product on your behalf if you are just starting out. How are we doing on the InVideo side? It is saying that it's generating. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. In terms of how you can export the videos as well. So say, for example, as you're doing your research, you've got a library of content that you are compiling that is related to the product that you are promoting. So what you could do every time you come across a video like this, or an example like this using, you know, either ShotPlus, Scalar Data, or Fastmost, you just download the video like I'm doing here, and that will go into your downloads folder when it's ready. You can also export the script as well. And again, this goes back into, you know, using AI like ChatGPT to come up with a script for you. So I'm just going to do that here. So the video is exported. And if I go into script, that's exporting here as well. And there you go. This is the script. So what I could then do is ask ChatGPT to clean that up for me. So if I copy the script, go back into ChatGPT here, just double check 33%. Yeah. So I could say, please remove, yeah, okay. So please remove, brain's just gone blank there. So I'm just gonna back to it. Right. Okay. Please remove the timestamps and the numbers and keep only the text. Right. Okay. So we could say, please remove the timestamps, numbers from this transcript and only keep the text script. Okay. And I'm going to just paste that on here. And now ChatGPT is going to do that. There we go. Okay, now from a perspective of not wanting to, you couldn't see that, could you? Let me just go back and reshare. There we go. So again, I've just copied this and I've asked ChatGPT to remove the numbers and only keep the script text. And this is what ChatGPT has done here. Now, obviously, you don't want to copy word for word what someone else is saying in their video. So what I could then do is copy this script and say, please create 5 similar but not identical scripts about the same product. I'll say also, please keep to the same word count, because I'm aiming to have a similar length video to what that creator has uploaded. Just paste the text there, and boom, ChatGPT is going to go ahead and create those 5 alternative versions. So now if I'm creating that script, whether I'm using AI, whether I'm using Talking Head like I am now, I'm not going to be word for word biting off someone else's script. I'm just going to be using a script that I've created with the help of ChatGPT. So there we go. 5 different versions there. And also, if I'm wanting to test and see which of these versions converts the best, I can just create 5 AI videos using these 5 different scripts here as well. Okay, so looks like in video, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, so the reason why it said that before is because I was trying to use AI generated images from InVideo. Now it's allowing us to Beautiful. Now, what we can do here is we can edit the video by text, which is another crazy thing that InVideo does, which is really, really cool. So if I want to change the style of the background music, for example, to lo-fi AI, to lo-fi music, I'm going to type that in here. Please, music to lo-fi, chill, relaxed, and lower the volume of the song, of background music. I'm going to say let's lower it by maybe 3 decibels. Okay, let me just quickly going to come back to that. C bells. Okay. Get that creating. And if you bear with me just 1 second. And as you can see, it's already changed the music to lo-fi, it's lowered the decibels. I could even change the narrator to a maybe an older male, so I could type that in. In his 60s. go ahead and generate, and it's just like that. It's going to change and make those edits based on the text input that I have done here. So let's just give that a moment and just hop back here. But yeah, while that's rendering, you can see how easily you can just use the information that you've got from these spy tools like Shop Plus here. With the power of AI, you can take some of those scripts and just kind of replicate what's already working on there without necessarily copying everything, word for word. And again, you can just store this into, your script library, so you can always just come back into those scripts whenever you need to. So looks like InVideo is just rendering these changes here. So I'm just going to give it just a little bit longer, preview those changes. Again, if you are finding value from this presentation, be sure to drop us a like and consider subscribing if this is something that you may be into. And if you're interested in making money online using TikTok Shop as a drop shipping tool. Again, this is brought to you by my course currently, which is on pre-sale, how to make $3,000 a month using TikTok Shop as a UGC creator. Tried to say that too fast then. You've got 11 modules, 46 lessons, all currently available at 50% off. You save $100. This will be available on the 30th of June. It's currently right now on pre-sale at 50% off, but once we fill 100 seats, it'll go right up to $200, which is going to be its price after we reach that stage. In addition to this, once you get into the course, you'll also have access to me for any coaching related conversations and just direct support where I can support you on your journey as well. So how's InVideo doing? Looks like InVideo has completed that change. So I asked it to change it from an American narrator to an older British male narrator. Let's see if it's actually done that. If you are an TikTok Shop affiliate or a TikTok Shop owner, someone that does drop shipping, someone that is considering doing drop shipping, but you don't want to show your face, whether that's on an ad or a UGC video or both, these are tools that you can use to simplify that journey for you and just make creating content as easy as possible, especially if you're not entirely sure about the whole process of working with creators just yet.